Hello. So, um, lots of gifts today, I like to say. I posted the first Blue Jay feather I got earlier today. Um, that was this one. Unfortunately, it kind of broke. Oh well. And that was number two. And then, oh, where'd it go? Really? I got a third one somewhere. So three Blue Jay feathers. This one, which is an owl. A couple other random ones. Oh, there it is. This one is really pretty. So lots of gifts today. I'm gonna have to look up specifically what Blue Jay feathers mean. I don't remember off the top of my head. I used to know. Anyway, Blue Jay feathers are pretty rare. They don't give them up pretty often. So I will take it. Um, Beautiful day out. I've recently gotten sucked into listening to these AI generated sci fi stories on YouTube, and some of them are absolutely hilarious. Check them out. They're entertaining for sure. Um, I don't really have a topic today. I guess I'll talk about dreams. Um, I've been having quite a few dreams. Um, I'm kind of rare in the aspect that most of my dreams are lucid. Like literally 99% of my dreams are lucid dreams, which means I'm aware of the fact that I'm dreaming when I'm dreaming and I can alter things and change things, do all of that kind of stuff. Um, I don't do so much, you know, altering or control or whatever direction in my dreams so much anymore because obviously dreams are messages not only from the subconscious mind but from your ancestors, your spirit team, other people in some cases. Um, so a lot of times I just kind of step back and take an observation type of mode. Um, but on occasion, I'll be very interactive. This particular one last night, it was very interactive. It was in an apartment building or something, which in and of itself has some symbolism. And I remember particular elevator buttons. The number 477 comes to mind a lot. But I was helping somebody move into an apartment, I believe it was, and there was a particular individual there who I have not seen or spoken to in quite some time now. It's very good to see them. Very nice. It was very wonderful. Um, and I remember they kind of had their back to me mostly. And then I finally walked up and I touched him on the shoulder and I just said, "It's good to see you." Because I think I was getting ready to leave or something. And shortly thereafter, they had come up to me and they were talking to me. And it was very interesting across their eyes. It was like very dark blue, and same thing with their mouth. It almost looked like paint or makeup, but it was faded. And it wasn't like a bright blue. It was like a very dark blue, like almost as blue, like even darker than this. Really, it was almost purple. But their eyes were also very sunken in, and I remember their pupils basically being black. Which I have seen this person in this particular state before in other dreams I've had, except before it was all black. And I remember they kept trying to show me something on their phone. At first, it was something with their pictures, and I remember there was a folder and it said San Diego, and it said there was like 138 items in it. I don't know why that always stuck, but it did. And then they had pictures of when me and this person were in each other's lives, and they were showing those to me to let me know that yes, they still had these mementos, and they still looked at them and they cherished them. And I remember they kept wanting me to look at this, and I was like, I don't need to see that. That's okay. I was like, I believe you. And then they finally spoke to me, and they said, I need time to heal. And I was like, well, okay, that's all fine and good. I said, there are certain things I need time to heal as well. And I remember I said, but the healing process might be a lot better if we actually had a conversation. And there's no reason we can't talk until that healing is done. And the look they gave me was a little bit of surprise, um, but also slight frustration. It did this, like, and what I felt and got was that a little bit of fear, a little bit of apprehension, but also, for whatever reason, an incapability. They couldn't talk to me in the 3D for some reason. I don't know whether it's something with their pride and ego. Maybe the color blue is blocked throat chakra. Maybe they're under somebody's thumb. Might cause more problems than worth. I think it was kind of. And after that, this person kept trying to bring up messages, text messages or emails or something that they had written to me. Because basically what I got was, I talk to you all the time. I just can't do it in the 3D right now. And they wanted me to see this as proof. But of course, it wouldn't. Every time they'd hand me their phone, the screen would change and something else would happen. So, Mercury retrograde. Um, and I remember after that, they looked at me and they said it was really nice to see you again. I said, yeah, it's very nice to see you as well. Like, I miss you, you know. Of course, I woke up after that, went out to have a cigarette, and it was 1:11 in the morning. This is my life. I am constantly surrounded and bombarded with what most people call signs and synchronicities. And I mean, it's every day, all day long. You know, um, I stopped looking up a lot of the individual meanings because I would spend my entire day just looking up and reading that stuff. And anymore, I just listen to my intuition on it. Um, I just take them as confirmation that I'm on the right path, doing what I'm supposed to be to some extent or another. I could be doing more, of course. We all could, but you know, so yeah, dreams. Um, I guess the point to that is, sometimes when you dream about people, it's not just because you're thinking of them or you miss them. Sometimes it's because you're both thinking of each other, or in this particular case, they actually came to visit me in my dream space. And yes, it is possible. I used to do it quite often. Um, so we'll see. Time will tell. I do hope they're okay. They didn't look very. They looked very tired and very drained. Oh, that was the other part of it. I remember initially, before they actually spoke, I looked at them and I noticed the difference in the color and how sunken the eyes were and stuff. And I remember I asked, I said, "So did you finally get rid of the attachment?" And they told me they didn't actually speak it, but what I got was they were working on it, or they had. Um, it was starving essentially, and that's what they needed to heal from. While I could assist in that, I also know it's not my place to. It's something they have to accomplish on their own. Not only do they need the lesson of empowerment, but they need to make the willing choice. See, with this particular person, part of my mission that I've always felt was I was supposed to help bring them back to grace. Planted enough seeds. We'll see if they take fruition. So that's what I've been doing. Hey, look, a cardinal. Ancestors. So, anyway, have a beautiful evening.